Hi everyone, how are you doing? Are you ready for another ASMR with origami? Okay, ready for part 3. We're going to make 2 new items that we haven't made before in parts 1 or 2. Okay, so we're going to make a standing stallion on its hind leg. And you'll notice the 2 different sizes of square pieces of paper. Alright, whichever they are, however proportionate they are, one is bigger than the other. So we want the bigger one to be the hind legs, and we want the smaller one to be the front half of the stallion with the legs and the hair and the head. So we're going to put the smaller one aside for a minute and make the hind legs with the bigger piece of brown paper. Okay. Now, as always, we want to flip this over so that the color is facing down with the white part up. And we're going to make, again, what we call pre-bird base and then bird base. Alright, so we're going to start out making the pre-bird base and bird base so that we can make the horse or the stallion. How are you doing, by the way? My name is Andrew Westberg, and this is the YouTube channel known as Andrew Westberg 1126. Okay, and once again, it is very important how and where you make the creases of the folds in paper, which direction you make them, so that one is popping up and one is popping down. Okay. And notice my corners are very acute, very almost perfect. Very perfect here. That'll make it easier in the future to fold. Now, I folded it that way with the creases. I'll flip it over so that the color side is facing up. Okay, now fold this in half so that when you fold it in half, the white side will come up and show itself. Alright, we're going to do the same thing either horizontally or vertically the other way. So many things going on in this world. I wonder what else could put us at ease. I have my own brand of ASMR, so I realize you might be watching other channels, other ASMR channels. But if you would please, you take the time to help me relax you and put you at ease. Now, we're going to fold the other way again this time. Like I said, it's important to make sure of how you fold it, which way you fold it. And I've heard before, it's also been said that there is nothing that isn't fixable. So even if it's humanly impossible, there is nothing impossible with God. Okay? There is nothing that isn't fixable. It may take some time, like outside the scope of our human vision, outside the scope of our human longevity, but it is fixable. Don't worry. Alrighty then. So we're going to fold these two in like this. Can you see? And we're going to pull the other two out like that. So you have three bird baits right there, okay? Now we're going to attempt to make the bird base fold. Instead, this time we're going to do something a little bit differently. We're not going to make the pre-crease marks, one right here and one right here. That seemed to throw us off a little bit last time. So we're going to do it naturally, without tearing the paper, okay? May take a little bit of time. And want to gently fold top corner right here. And we're going to do the same thing on the other side. The other side. Hope everything's going well for you, by the way. If not, I hope things improve. I hope things go better for you. Try not to dwell on the negativity, the negative energy that goes on in society today. Try not to dwell on that. Just keep your mind in positive affirmation, positive energy, positive things, like the good side of God. I know there's an evil side of God too, but you don't want to meet up with that one. Just as long as you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, you don't meet up with the positive energies of God. Okay? So almost for this side anyway. Okay. I'm trying to straighten that one out. Straighten out the corner, every little kink, every little corner, every little wrinkle that you can straighten out. That would help. Just mind your patience, mind your manners, mind your business. Things will go well with you, okay? So now we're going to flip this over, do the same thing, just the other way. Like I said, this can take practice. This can take practice. And I wouldn't expect you to do it on the first time, but it is possible. Sometimes it takes years of experience. Are you with me still? That's okay if you're not with me, as long as you're with God, as long as you're with Jehovah. Did you know God's name is Jehovah? Did you know that? Oh, you don't believe that? Or maybe you do. Have you heard his name for the first time? Or have you heard it before? Yeah, that's true. God's name is Jehovah. Some people think I might be an atheist. Or if I'm not an atheist, maybe agnostic. Agnostic is something different. Agnostic means you believe in a higher power such as God, and you just don't think that he has any influence in your life. You know, I do want to believe that he has an influence in my life, that Jehovah has an influence in my life, and I'm not going out of my mind about this. No, and you're not either. If you believe God has an influence in your life, or that Jehovah has an influence in your life, you're not going out of your mind. That is what's going on. So make sure you say your prayers. Talk to him a little bit. He wants to hear from you. Okay? Say your prayers. I don't mean that in a negative way, but we could all use a little bit of therapy with praying to someone in the higher ranks of the hierarchy who will listen to us. I know I'm probably getting mocked and scoffed at, but we can't pay attention to that. It's not about what I believe. It's not about what you believe or what we believe. It's about what Jehovah believes, you know. Well, I'm done with the preaching here. Well, maybe not. I'll come back to it later. But anyway, we're making the bird base here so that we can make the hind legs of the stallion. Can you just hear it whinnying right now? Maybe the stampede of 1,000 horses, maybe close to 1,000,000 horses going down the frontier. When was the last time you heard a stampede, folks? Alright, so we have the bird base. So here's what we want to do. We want to flip this over like so. And we want to flip this over like so. If you can visualize what I'm doing. And once you have it like this is called the inverted bird base, by the way, what it looks like this. So you want to flip this up like this. There's a reason for it. Actually, if we make the tail, let's pull it down a little bit right here. Trying to keep the shape of the legs. Alright, without folding this longer piece down for the inverted bird base, just keep it where it's at and fold it over like so. This may take a little bit of time. So don't lose your patience, don't lose your mind over it. It'll come to fruition. It will be handled with care. Alrighty then, so now that we have this, if you can imagine for a moment, we have the back right here, and we have the tail here, and the two hind legs. So we're going to flip the hind legs down like this. Make sure you pull it out as long as you can without tearing up the paper. That'll do you a favor in the future, in the long run. And give you something to pat yourself on the back for. And you want to do the same thing for this side with the leg here. Just pull it out as long as you can without tearing the paper. And you want to have it lining up as perfectly with the other leg as you can to the best of your ability. Because we got one off center, one way away from the other one, that could throw off the balance of the position of the standing stallion. So then we want to pull this down, make the tail. Ever done in the Oriental Paperfolding? It could take a little practice. Something looks like a spread up film. But anyway, I can't get that fast. I gotta be careful with mine. Or, no. Maybe I should just hold it down all the way. Then fold it this way, like so. Different ways of experimenting. Okay, see how it turns up like that? Well, you got the idea anyway. Okay, so we got the hind leg standing up on its own. So that's an accomplishment right there. Most people aren't able to make it balance. But I hope you can see what's going on right there. The hind leg standing up. Can you see it? Okay. Okay. So we're going to move the hind leg over to the side right here for a moment. And we're going to make another bird base, another piece of brown paper. And we're going to this time start out with the brown piece of paper up like this. So that we fold diagonally from corner to corner so that the white faces up. And we're going to fold another way corner to corner in the opposite direction. Alright, now that we have that, now we're going to fold the opposite direction so that the brown faces up. And if you wanted to make a fiery red colored horse or a stallion, you could do that too with red paper. You know, it might be a plus if you could get two sizes of the same square pieces, you know, instead of one being smaller than the other, that would be a plus. It depends on which package of origami paper you buy, you know. Sometimes if you buy two different packages with different dimensions, you have to substitute, you know. So, let's see if we can make this bird base. First of all, pre-bird base. And then we're going to very gently and very delicately with care try to make these folds. You can see what I'm doing. And gotta be gentle, gotta be careful because the other side seems to be disintegrating. But don't let that discourage you, don't let that dismay you. Don't let smaller problems dismay you, because if you can't handle the smaller problems, what are you going to do when the bigger problems arise, you know? Like the war going on in Ukraine, you know? Are you going to have true joy or are you going to have circumstantial joy? It's better if you have true joy, you know, peace from within, not just circumstantial joy. I learned that from my elders, you know, who are Jehovah's Witnesses. Better to have true joy, not circumstantial joy, not dependent on what's going on at the time, you know. Not about the music, not about the latest fad, not about the fashion industry. Although I like clothes, I like the way things look, you know. But it's about the peace you can get with God, you know, with Jehovah. And we're going to flip this over. And I'm going to make the other side of the bird base. And very carefully make the pinches and folds without making any definite creases at this corner right here, like I've done before. Sorry, I may have left out a step, but hopefully you can tell based on your visualization of what I've been doing, that's what I was doing. And trust comes to fruition in a good way. No jinxes, no superstitions. My name is Andrew Westberg, by the way, although that's not important what my name is, but I'd like to form a good, clean, and honest relationship with those out there who are interested in a relationship with our God, our Creator, Jehovah. So we have the bird base here. Going to flip down here, and then fold back up here. That's how we make the hair. We keep this flipped up and move it down just part way. Not all the way, but just part way. That would be the hair in the wind. And you want to keep this straight out without flipping it down. Fold that in half. And we're going to make the forelegs. Pull that out as much as you can without tearing the paper. And we're going to tear that out. I mean, not tear it out, but pull it out as much as we can. You don't want to tear it out, let them rip the whole thing out. But when disaster strikes, what do? You just start over again with a new piece of paper. Hopefully you have backup. Alright, so can you see what's coming to realization here? Got the forelegs here, the hair here, and part of the head right here. They're going to fall down on the legs, forelegs, to make the what might be the hooves. Kind of pointed hooves, I know, but it'll give you the idea. Okay, we got pointed hooves here. Alright, then we're going to make the head right here. And then we're going to flip up and fold in like that to make the snout. And if we can, we're going to make the ears. Kind of like an inverted fold right here. So you have the head here of the stallion, the two forelegs. And you can imagine it whinnying, and you got the hair here. So if you can, we're going to try to insert this pointed piece with the hind legs into here. And voila. If you can see what's going on there. And some people like to use a stapler, but with this density and with this thickness of origami paper, it will stand up by itself. You know, some people think it looks like a velociraptor. I don't know, it depends on how you make it. Depends on what your perceptions are, what your perspective is, your angle of view. But it's a brown stallion. Okay. What do you think? You like it? I did my best. There's other variations of it, especially with the hind leg, but that's how you get it to stand up. Okay. So now we're going to make the second piece that I was talking about for part 3 of the Origami ASMR. I'm going to set the stallion aside for a moment. By the way, I brought my stapler here just in case I needed it, but I don't need it right now. Now we have something green here. I'm going to make what they call a bullfrog. Now this is the exciting piece right here because this is also a 3D piece of origami. 3D piece of origami. We're going to make something similar to the bird base. Okay, so we have the white part facing up with the medium solid colored green facing down. We're going to fold corner to corner. And we're going to fold corner to corner. Hopefully we're going the right way, but we'll figure it out. Corner, go corner to corner. That one, see this right here? We need to fix that. I don't want the corner that way, so I'm going to even it out. Fix that. Okay, that's fixed the way I like it. Okay, hopefully it'll be just fine. Okay, and then how do we want to do this? Fold up like this, I believe, so that the white faces up when you fold it up horizontally or vertically, whichever way you're looking at it. Okay. Yep, I think that's what we want to do. And we go the other way, which is horizontally or vertically, whichever comparison you use. Not always required to compare on an individual basis with humans, you know. That could hurt people's hearts, it could hurt people's feelings. God doesn't judge on a group basis, he judges on an individual basis, you know, based on what our limitations are, based on what we can do, because he made each and every one of us uniquely. All right, so instead of having that diamond shape, we want to make sure we have the triangle shape. So let's see here, we got the triangle here, triangle here. There we go. I'll let you figure it out when you try to do that. So we have this triangle shape here. And we want to go down like this. Actually, fold over this way. This will be the interesting part. Yep, that's what we want to do. Push down on here, we're going to get the middle flap up right here. And want to press down like so. And put it over. The middle flap up like this. Press down like so. And want to flip this over. And do the same thing. Yeah. And we're going to flip this over and do the same thing here. This can be very intricate and difficult fold to make because you want your corners to be as perfect as possible. without wrinkling it too much. Alright, so now that we have this right here, I don't know what you call it, either inverted bird base or bird base, I don't know what you might call it. Not too. Which way do you want to do this? You know, starting to remember now. Hold up like this. And fold over like this, go back over here like this. We got that right there. Fold up like this. Oh, getting a little bit confused here. But with patience, we'll endeavor to make this work. So this is starting to look familiar to me, by the way, because it's been so long since I've done it. But anyway, pull that bit back down. Okay, trying to get a gauge here. I don't mean to bore you or disappoint you too much, but you got to be careful of this. These bullfrogs here that we're making, they can be very difficult, very tricky. So bear with me here. Very intricate folds here. There we go, it's going together. Okay. So we have something that resembles a tadpole. Alright. Something that resembles that. The top of the tadpole here, and here's the tail here. What are they about to become? Yeah, they're about to become legs and feet when they grow up and expand. So when we have it like this, smoothed out, look at the bird base, we want to start folding inwards like this to give the legs a little bit more structure. I know this is kind of a pain in the rear end, but you got to do it. It's just kind of a tiny piece of paper too. So then fold them like this, like so. Kind of fold it inward to make the legs and the feet skinnier, I guess you could say. And then you do the same thing over here. Then you want to do the same thing here. Okay. So what do we have here? So when you have it looking like this, so you got the legs skinnier and the feet skinnier, looking like a tadpole, you have this point going up like this, under this point. On the other side, you got this point going up like this, under this point. So when we make the legs and the feet, so it's very careful how you do it. You can do it whichever way you want to, but whichever way you want to, whichever one you start off with, the left or the right, for the hands and for the arm, you have to do it the opposite way on the other side. So I'll show you what I mean. So we're going to fold up like this. So, okay, so I'm going to fold up like this. There's a way to do this. It's getting tangled up and caught up. If I had a bigger piece of paper, well, here we go, it's coming. So he's fold up like this for the arm. And then, because it's so many intricate folds, it's easy to get the point smashed, you know. But you don't want to do that. I know some of you guys are watching and saying, yeah, okay. Bill, have you ever tried doing this yourself? Have you tried to make it look just right? No? It can be difficult, I know. You're probably thinking it's a waste of time, but it gives you a feeling of accomplishment when you're finally done. So you got the arm flipped up like this. So whichever one you use here, you got to do the opposite here. You can't do it with this one. It has to be the one down below, like you're doing it with the leg, except you're making the arm. So we're flipping this up like so. And we're going to bend the hand in like this. Now, I'm not trying to break any bones here, by the way. Like I said, you gotta have your corners just right, just perfect, otherwise it'll collapse on you, it'll disintegrate. But not to let that bother you. Just keep going until you get it right. Okay. So now that we got the two arms like this, opposite ways on either side, then we can go ahead and make the legs. I'll put this one up. Put this one back down to make the knees. And then flip it back up again to make the little feet. Such an intricate little fold. I know it can be difficult, but with painstaking effort, it can be done. It can come to full realization. Alright, now like I said, if you do it with this one, with the leg over here, you have to do it the opposite end over here. Like you're making the arm, but you're making the leg. Rip the leg up like that. Flip it down to make the knee. Okay. So we got the legs right here. Got this right here. And without damaging it too much, we're gonna try and make that little foot right there after we made the knee. Because really, when you think about it, it makes sense. Because when you go to set it down and it goes to balance itself, you got one foot down on the paper here, the left arm up in the air like that, and you got the left foot down here right there. And then you got the right foot up in the air like this, that kind of balances itself. Now, to come to the final part of it, let's see what we can do. We're going to set this aside for a minute. Move this out of the way. There we go. Okay, you ready? This is how you make the bullfrog, and hopefully it's the right density and the right thickness. So I'm going to hold it this way. Hold on tight for your life. See this little aperture right here? I'm going to blow into that. So take a deep breath. Very good. Now, as you can see, got the bullfrog right here. The 3D bullfrog is blown up to indicate that it expands its lungs. Can you see it? Alright, that's your green bullfrog right there, folks. Blow air into it. Got your round tip of the nose right there, the mouth. Maybe you want to draw eyes on it, I don't know. Use your imagination. Really, these parts right here, the part that's folded up should be folded down, but I just left it up like that so I could blow air into the aperture. Not anything like blowing smoke up your, you know what. Sorry, folks. Don't mean to be too graphic. But anyway, that's how you make your bullfrog, 3D bullfrog. If you had bigger paper, it would be easier. Make sure you keep your corners crisp, folks. Alright? So, you got the bullfrog here, and you have the standing stallion here. That's your standing horse, the standing stallion right there. I don't know if you can see it, it's down there by the tush mouth. Anyway, I know you've seen it before, so we'll move that over. And folks, my name is Andrew Westberg one more time here at the YouTube channel of Andrew Westberg 1126. I hope you've had a swell day. I hope you had an interesting journey into origami. This is probably my last one for origami ASMR, unless I come up with some more. All right. Take care, folks. You have a great day. Have a great rest of the evening. Bye. Bye.